Hello guys, in this video we want to prove by induction. So this is what we have: 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus 4n minus 1 is equal to n multiplying to n plus 1. So we will say step number 1. We have 3 steps in induction. We have step number 1. Step number 1 is saying we must prove that n is equal to 1 is true. So we want to prove that n is equal to 1 is true. So if we plug in 1 here on the right hand side, we must get 3 because 3 is our first term. So our 3, it must be equal to, let us see, if we put 1 here, we will have 1 multiplying 2 multiplying 1 plus a 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3. So 3 is equal to 3. We have proven that n is equal to 1 is true. So therefore n is equal to 1 is true. Now we are moving forward to the second step. Our step number 2. Step number 2. Okay. Step number 2, we assume that n is equal to k is true. Assume that n is equal to k is true. So if we assume that n is equal to k is true, that means we will have 3 plus a 7 plus 11 plus dot plus 4. Where there is n, we will put k. It will be k minus 1 is equal to k multiplying 2k plus a 1. So this is our assumption. Now we are moving to step number 3, our final step. Step number 3. In step number 3, you want to prove that n is equal to k plus 1 is true. So prove that n is equal to k plus 1 is true. This is what we want to prove. So we will need to say 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus dot plus we have 4k minus 1. Now we will say plus, we will add another term, and that term where there is n, we will put k plus 1. So we have 4 multiplying k plus 1 minus a 1 is equal to, where there is n again, we put k plus 1 multiplying 2 k plus 1 plus a 1. This is what we have. So from here, we already know that this whole part, this one is equal to k multiplying 2k plus 1. So we will replace this with k multiplying 2k plus a 1 and say plus, we have 4 multiplying k plus 1 minus 1. Now we will simplify. It will be 4k. If you say 4 times 4 times 1 is 4, minus a 1 is 3. So you will have plus 3 is equal to, and in this case you also need to simplify. You have k plus a 1 multiplying 2 times k is 2k plus, what is 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So you have 3. Now you have 2k squared plus ak, 2k squared plus ak plus 4k plus 3 is equal to, need to simplify, you will have 2k squared plus 5k plus 3. This is what you have. You need to simplify on the left hand side. 2k squared, k plus 4k is equal to 5k. So this is 5k plus a 3 is equal to 2k squared plus 5k plus a 3. Now, our left hand side is 2k squared plus 5k plus 3, and our right hand side is 2k plus 5k plus 3. So our left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Therefore, n is equal to k plus 1 is true. Is true. N is equal to k plus 1 is true. So this is how we prove by using induction. The first step, you need to prove that n is equal to 1 is true. Step number 2, you assume that n is equal to k is true. Then in step number 3, you want to prove that n is equal to k plus 1 is true. Then you will be able to prove.